Dear students, very good morning and welcome back to our e-learning session. Today, as you know, we are continuing teaching of chapter number 5, that is periodic, modern periodic table, periodic classification of element. You have already attended 3 lectures in which you are given explanation about contribution of 3 most prominent scientists. First, a genuine effort made by Dobereiner, understand, then classification produced by Newland, and then Mendeleev's periodic table. We already discussed about some of the most important features of Mendeleev's periodic table. Some were fantastic and remarkable features of Mendeleev's periodic table. Today, we are going to explain you about modern periodic table. You can't consider modern periodic table an invention of any one scientist. It is a collective effort of the scientists of the world. All anomalies in Mendeleev's periodic table. We already discussed some limitations of Mendeleev's periodic table, you know, that is regarding the position of hydrogen. That was one of the limitation, because elements were arranged as per increasing atomic mass. There was no regularity in the atomic mass from one element to other. So how many new element will be discovered in future will be accommodate between this? That was one anomaly. And third, that was regarding isotopes of element, where to place them. These all three, we can call it anomalies, or some actually if we utilize the word irregularity, so that is not it is actually an insult of Mendeleev's effort. But we can say that some of the points, I must say, he could not be sure about regarding position of isotope, position of hydrogen, or understand, and how many element can be accommodated between two elements in future. Those somewhere some were limitations of Mendeleev's periodic table. Maybe on those aspects he could not pay attention. And one thing, my dear student, you should understand that when you are talking of isotope, that one of the limitation of Mendeleev were to include or isotope, that actual concept we can consider the defect of his periodic table, because isotope were discovered later on after he discovered his periodic table. And the second limitation which we are talking, that he arranged the element according to increasing atomic mass. So there are some irregularity in that, but that may not be his fault, because at that time the concept of atomic number was not there at all. So I think we can only uh, just find the defect that is regarding position of hydrogen. Okay, rest two are no doubt we are considering it as limitations of Mendeleev's periodic table. All these queries, all these confusions, all these doubts got solved when we developed modern periodic table. Understand? And my dear student, one thing title you will come to know. We are going to discuss about modern periodic table, and it was discovered after 1913 invention of the concept of atomic number in 1913 by Henry Moseley. He gave idea about atomic number, and my dear student, he no doubt he gave idea about atomic number in 1913 AD. We all know the definition of atomic number today. What is that? The number of proton or electron present in the atom of an element is called its atomic number. Means atomic number indirectly suggests the number of electron and proton present in the atom of an element. Modern periodic table was developed after the discovery of atomic number by Henry Moseley in 1913 AD. After atomic number was discovered, then we could make modern periodic table. Understand? Just let's have a look at modern periodic table. See, my dear student, modern periodic table is totally based on atomic number. That means all the elements available to us at that time are arranged according to increasing atomic number. See, hydrogen at the top, atomic number 1, helium here, atomic number 2, then lithium, beryllium, just move on in the second row, lithium, beryllium, boron, see there, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine and neon. You see the increase in atomic number one by one. Lithium 3, beryllium 4, increase of 1, boron 5, carbon, you look at this, 6, nitrogen 7, look at the second row, oxygen 8, fluorine 9, neon 10. That means all the first limitation of Mendeleev's periodic table has been eliminated. What was that? He arranged element according to increasing atomic mass. So some irregularity prevailed between the two successive elements because atomic mass does not increase in regular manner as atomic number increases by 1 as you move from left to right. You can see the second row also, sodium, magnesium, Aluminium, look at this, aluminium, then silicon, phosphorus, sulfur, chlorine and argon, atomic number increases by 1 in a regular sequence and in regular manner. See, 11 plus 1 12 plus 1 13 plus 1 14 plus 1 15 plus 1 16 plus 1 17 plus 1 18. That means those irregularity which prevailed in the Mendeleev's periodic table, that as you move from left to right, the increase in atomic mass was irregular, not in proper order. Here it is not the case. So first limitation is over. Okay, my dear student. Now see the modern periodic table is fabricated into 18 groups. Where are the group number mentioned? This all vertical columns are called groups. Can you visualize this? All these vertical columns are known as groups. How many number you can read at the top of each vertical column group? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 and 18. That means there are 18 groups in modern periodic table. These vertical columns are known as groups. How many groups are there? 18 groups. But I should explain you one thing very clearly, that elements in group number 1 and elements in group number 11 you will find in the first column of Mendeleev's periodic table. At that time I told you that when a modern periodic table was fabricated, formulated, all columns of Mendeleev's periodic table in group 1 in Mendeleev's periodic table there are two divisions, A and B. They are unfolded here. So actually group 1 and group 11 are actually, though as per NCERT book they are speaking like 18 groups, but many times I ask students that all elements of group number 1 and 11 will have similar chemical property. We just unfolded it. Group 2, group 12, try to understand. Group 3, group 13, similar properties. Group 4, group 14, કઈ રીતે જો? Group 4, all elements, understand, have 4 electron in outermost orbit. So here also carbon, what is its atomic number? 6. Speak electronic configuration 2, 4. So it belongs to actually group 4. How you have to read 4 and 14 are equal in chemical property. 5 with 15, 6 with 16, 7 with 17, that way, understand? And my dear student, that means જો m તમે total કરો તો શું થાય જો 1 to 7, okay, and then 11 to 17 કેટલા થયા? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, then 7 after 7 11 12, 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14, understand? Then 15 16 17 and 18 groups. Actually when you think like there are 18 group, when you explain their property, that depends on what. Suppose my dear student, I want to explain you why I am speaking this. that there are 18 groups, but in fact there are 8 groups. Each group is unfolded. That's why there are 18 groups. Actually 8 groups, 8 to the 16 plus 2 extra group. That's why 18 group. Otherwise only 8 groups. Why I am speaking now, why I am not speaking like there are 18 group, though in exam you have to mention 18 group, because once I will explain you how to decide group number of any element, you will come to know my concept. Take an example. There are 18 group we accept as per textbook, but in fact there are 8 group. They are unfolded. That's why 18 group. Let me clear it. Why I am speaking 8. Take an example. How will you decide group number of any element? Suppose I speak name of any element, how will you decide its group? So actually group number means number of electron in the outermost orbit, that decides the group of the element. Suppose sodium, what is its atomic number? 11. Can you speak its electronic configuration? 2, 8, 1. How many electron in outermost orbit? 1. That's why it belongs to group number 1. You understood this? Similar way, my dear student. Suppose 11, I told you 11 means 1. So if you speak out the electronic configuration of copper, argentum, aurum, so all will have 1 electron in their outermost orbit. You understood it? Is it possible that any element have 11 electron in outermost orbit? Outermost orbit માં મેક્સિમમ કેટલા આવે? Can you tell me? 8. તો બહુ wrong પડે જો તમે એમ કહો કે 12 electron in outermost orbit. You understood this? There can be maximum how many electron in the outermost orbit? 8, not more than that. So actually there are 18 groups, but because they are unfolded, that's why 18. Okay. Any element, its group can be decided by counting number of electron in the outermost orbit. Take an example, magnesium. What is its atomic number? 12. Speak its electronic configuration. 2, 8, 2. How many electron in outermost orbit? 2. So it belongs to group number 2. This way, by just analyzing number of electron in outermost orbit of the atom of an element, their group number can be decided. Understand? Any element, suppose fluorine. What is the atomic number of fluorine? So you can visualize in second row. 9. Can you speak its electronic configuration? 2, 7. Means it belong to the group number 7. But you will ask me question, okay, sir, it is written under 17, but actually it is not 17, it is group number 7. You understood this? Okay. This way, any element, its group can be decided. Okay. So you understood first what is the meaning of group? There are how many group? 18, but in fact 8. Understood? What does group number indicate? Group number indicate number of valence electron. Understand? Means number of electron in the outermost orbit. From that number of electron in the outermost orbit will decide the group of element. Understand? So how many groups? 18. Understand? These horizontal rows are known as periods. See, first period. Can you visualize only two elements in first period? Which are those? Hydrogen and see at the top right corner helium. Only two elements in the first period. Period means these horizontal rows are known as period. See, second period. Can you see and guess how many elements are there in the second period? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are 8 electrons. Understand? In the second period, similarly, again in the third period, there are, see, there are again only 8 elements. But when you move to the fourth period, you just count 8 to thayas 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Understand? So if you just count, there are 18 elements in the fourth period. Then in the fifth, sixth, and seventh period, understand? This fifth period again contains, you can count the number of element present here in the sixth period and seventh period. See, sixth period is also extending here as a lengthenoid series. So when you count the number of element in the sixth period, you have to total both these. Similarly, the actinoid series, that is radioactive series of elements, see these two. You have to total both these. So you will find number of elements in particular period. There are 7 periods. Now, question may arise in our mind, how to decide the period of any element. Why in period number 1 only two elements, one is hydrogen and one is helium? Is there any special? Yes. How can you decide the period of hydrogen and helium? Why they are in period number 1? Because period number is decided by number of orbit or number of cells. Hydrogen has how many orbit in its atom? Only one orbit. Helium only one orbit. Because hydrogen and helium possess only one orbit, that's why they are in period number 1. You understood this? Similarly, why all these elements? You just pick the name lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, neon. Why they all are present in period number 2? Because they have two orbits in their atom. That's why they are in period number 2. Just take an example, beryllium, atomic number 4. Speak its electronic configuration, 2, 2. How many orbit? 2 orbit. Boron, atomic number 5. Speak 2, 3. 2 orbits. So all these elements which are in period number 2, in period number 2, understood? All these will have how many orbits in their atom? 2 orbits. Period 3. Which are the elements in period 3? Sodium, magnesium, aluminium, silicon, phosphorus, sulfur, chlorine and argon. Why they are in period number 3? Because they all have 3 orbits in their atom. Similarly, elements present in period 4 will have 4 orbits. Present in 5 will have 5 orbits. Element present in period 6 will have 6 orbits. Element present in period 7 will have 7 orbits. આનો meaning એવો કે in the world we are able to discover element only up to having 7 orbit, not more than that. You understood this? We haven't still discovered any element which has more than 7 orbit. Avyo number 7, I told you at the start of this chapter that 7 is a very special and pious number. Again it appeared here. Understood? 7, how many? See, actually, because here they have written 18 period, but ultimately so they were initially 7 period. Now 7 groups, new group of noble gas was discovered, that was added, like 7 continent, one extra invented, Antarctica became 8 continents. Similarly, initially there were 7 groups. One more group was added, that is group number 8. Why? Because they were noble gas. Ultimately to 7. So again same special number highlights here, number 7. Okay. So you understood, modern periodic table is divided into vertical column which we call groups, horizontal row which we call period. How to decide group number of any element? So first knowing its atomic number, then writing its electronic configuration, then analyzing the number of valence electron, and then you can decide the group. How will you decide the period number of any element? Means period location. So first find its atomic number, write its electronic configuration, count the number of orbits, and number of orbit decide period number. Make very clear, number of valence electron decides the group of the element. Number of periods means number of orbits decides period number of element. Mind it, again I should speak for you. Number of valence electron decides group of element. Number of orbits present in the atom decides period number of elements. So if you are asked in exam in 2 mark to locate the position of any element, how can you write it? Suppose, my dear student, we target anyone. Just suppose, take an example, aluminium. Suppose in exam you are asked, okay, describe position of aluminium in modern periodic table. So what I told you, first, what is atomic number of aluminium? That is 13. Write its electronic configuration. I am speaking orally, you know. What is the electronic configuration of aluminium? 2, 8, 3. You understood this? What is that? 2, 8, 3. You can note down in your book also. 2, 8, 3. How many electron in the outermost orbit? 3. That means actually aluminum belongs to group number 3, but I told you, how will you decide its real group? So you have to add this 3 in 10. 10 plus 3, 13. You know this? All element whose atomic number is more than 10 has to be added to 10. Suppose, take an example, just take suppose phosphorus. What is atomic number of phosphorus? 15. More than 10? So 2, 8, 5. It belongs to the third orbit, third period, because it has 3 orbit, 2, 8, 5. But you can't write in exam group number 5. Actually its atomic number is 15. 5 means 10 plus 5. You have to write the group number 15. You are making, yeah, is it clear in your mind? Understand, any element whose atomic number is less than 10 will be lying in group number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But any element which has atomic number more than 10, when you decide its group, you have to first analyze the valence electron and then add 10. So it becomes its group number. Understand? Suppose, my dear student, argon 18, speak its electronic configuration. 2, 8, 8. 3 orbit belongs to the third period already, that you know. But when you write its group, you can't write 8 because 2, 8, 8, actually 8. But you have to write 18. 8 because atomic number is 18, more than 10. Add 10, 8 plus 10, 18. So it belongs to group number 18. You understood? This way, position of any element can be easily located in the modern periodic table. It's a question of knowing first its atomic number. After knowing its atomic number, writing its electronic configuration. After writing its electronic configuration, deciding the number of orbits. That will decide the period, horizontal row, and then finding the number of valence electron. But about valence electron, what I told you, if atomic number is more than 10, please add 10 to the valence electron to decide its group number. Chlorine, suppose, what is its atomic number? Speak. 17. Speak electronic configuration. 2, 8, 7. Third orbit, third period already. See, this is chlorine in third period because it has 3 orbit. But if as per the rule, if you go 2, 8, 7, so it has to lie in 7 group, but not. You have to lie, or you have to decide its position by adding 10. 10 plus 7. It belongs to the group number 17. This way, you are able to decide period and group of any element, and once you decide group and period, you are able to locate position of any element in periodic table. Okay, dear student, one more thing. If we study the period, first this is clear, 18 groups, 7 periods, understand, in modern periodic table. You understood this. Now one more thing, just the periodic table. See, my dear student, I want you to locate. See, all this, I am just rolling my ruler. All these are metals. All these are metals. Understand then, which are actually non-metal So starting which are actually semi-metal means metalloid. So starting from here, see my dear student, can you read this? What is this? Boron, semi-metal. Then zigzag, પગથિયા જેવું સી boron, silicon, arsenic, beryllium, and understand still here this PO, understand till here આખું just staircase like boron, silicon, germanium also we have to take boron, silicon, germanium, arsenic, beryllium, understand these are all semi metal. And after that, after semi metal, you see this carbon, phosphorus, beryllium, indium, antimonum, all these are actually non metals, understand. So from boron, actually in textbook, in your textbook there is a zigzag line, they have shown this, and this zigzag line from here, these are all semi metal. એટલે this zigzag line, boron, silicon, arsenic, beryllium, polonium, this zigzag line actually separate the table into two parts. Left side all are metal and right side all are non-metal. This way modern periodic table is unfolded. First metals, then semi-metal, then non-metal, understand. See this till this zigzag line, boron, silicon, arsenic, these are all metals and rest are non-metals. You understood this? Why that's why modern periodic table we have to divide in 18 groups just to adjust the periodic table in such a way that first appears metal, then semi-metal, or which you call sometime metalloids also, and then all non-metal. These are all non-metals, my dear student. Carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, neon, helium, argon, chlorine, sulfur, bromine, krypton, xenon, India, iodine, all are non-metals actually. You understood this? Xenon, radon, all are actually non-metals. Okay. So modern periodic table is in this way divided into threefold: metals, semi-metal or metalloids, and then non-metals. You understood this? Okay. This is some explanation regarding modern periodic table. I don't you do not need to remember the name of all the elements, no need, understand, but you should be sure about that how to decide the location of any element in modern periodic table. They are not going to ask you to decide the position of platinum, mind it. They are going to going to ask you question regarding those elements which you come across many times, specifically period number 2, period number 3, maximum period number 4. So my guidance is that you should prepare the electronic configuration of element up to period number 4, okay, not more than that. Till this they may be able to ask you some of the questions, okay. So dear student, again the first anomaly regarding irregularity in increasing atomic mass solved here, because here atomic mass increases by 1 as you move from left to right, it is confirmed. Second, what was the anomaly? Can you remember, understand, of Mendeleev's periodic table regarding position of hydrogen, where to place it? Now that anomaly has been cleared here. Hydrogen, what is its atomic number? 1. So it has to lie in group number 1. How many orbit it has? 1. So it has to lie in period 1. Decided. Any query any confusion regarding the position of hydrogen has been cleared here. You understood this. This was the limitation in Mendeleev, okay, how to locate and where to locate hydrogen, because hydrogen has much similarity with halogen and alkali metal, but here the problem has been solved thoroughly, that because it has atomic number 1, one electron in outermost only one orbit, so belong to group 1, period 1, position is decided. So that anomaly which we observed in Mendeleev's periodic table has been solved in modern periodic table. About the location of hydrogen, the problem is solved. Regarding the irregularity in atomic number or atomic mass, that was also solved. So two irregularity, so we will never utilize that word, understand, but two limitations are solved. One regarding the exact location of hydrogen, and regarding irregularity in increasing atomic mass, because now the table is as per increasing atomic number. Okay, so two difficulties which Mendeleev actually faced has been solved. And one more thing, do you know regarding position of isotope? Understand? But now the problem is solved. Suppose, my dear student, carbon, where carbon lies in group number 14. So all allotopes of carbon has to lie here in group number 14. Why? Because all isotope of carbon as per the definition of isotope will have same atomic number, may be different atomic mass. You know the definition of isotope, speak it again. What is the definition of isotope? Elements, isotope, atoms of same element having same atomic number and different atomic mass are known as isotope. But two isotope of carbon have different atomic mass. Atomic mass has nothing to do with the location in periodic table, because location in periodic table totally depends on atomic number. Are you getting my point clear? Location of any element is decided in periodic table by atomic number, by electronic configuration, because only electronic configuration will give you an idea regarding group number and regarding period number. Atomic mass has nothing to do with this. That means all isotope of carbon will lie in the same location, understand, that is in period number 2 and group number 14. So that anomaly, my dear student, which we call limitation, that where to keep isotope of same element, but that problem is solved, because modern periodic table is totally based on atomic number. It has nothing to do with atomic mass. So that problem is solved. Not only that, can you remember one problem regarding the position of cobalt and nickel in Mendeleev's periodic table? Understand, where he was confused regarding the position of cobalt and nickel according to increasing atomic mass and according to similarity in chemical property. If you know, see, my dear student, here what he has done there, he placed nickel first and cobalt after, even though there was irregularity in atomic mass. Understand, see here, cobalt and nickel both are in order, because it is based on atomic number. Atomic number of cobalt is 27 and atomic number of nickel is 28, already arranged in order. And they are also finding the chemical property similar as per the group they lie. You understood this? So that anomalies which was observed in Mendeleev's periodic table all were solved. Which anomalies? The first regarding exact position of hydrogen solved, regarding irregularity in atomic mass solved because it is on atomic number, regarding the position of isotope it solved because location has nothing to do with the atomic mass. So this way, my dear student, the modern periodic table was undoubtedly a collective effort of scientists of the world, but that answered all our doubts and queries in Mendeleev's periodic table. You understood? So today, my dear student, I gave you an idea regarding a basic concept of modern periodic table, about chemical properties of element in modern periodic table, and about the trends which is observed in modern periodic table. That will be our next lecture. Today you attended lecture number 4, where I just gave you the conceptual idea of modern periodic table. Okay, my dear student, for attending today's lecture. In next lecture number 5 will be the last lecture in this particular chapter. Okay, my dear student, thank you very much from Bharat sir.